Gather round the campfire, folks, and let me spin you a tale that'll crawl under your skin and stay there, whispering in the dark. This is Campfire Chills, and tonight, we're diving into a story that's haunted me since I first heard Ita. Tale of the Whispering Hollows, a place where the trees don't just sway in the wind, they talk. Buckle up, because this one's gonna stick with you long after the embers die. It started with Ethan, a guy who loved chasing ghost stories for his travel vlog. He wasn't a skeptic, but he wasn't a true believer, either just a guy looking for clicks and a good scare. He'd heard whispers online about a forgotten valley in the Pacific Northwest called the Whispering Hollows. Locals swore the forest there wasn't just alive, it was watching. Posts on obscure forums claimed the trees could mimic voices, luring people deeper into the woods with promises or pleas. Most who went in didn't come out the same. If they came out at all, the hook. No one could explain why the voices sounded so familiar. Ethan figured it was the perfect setup for a viral video. He packed his gear camera, drone, flashlight. The worksand drove out to the edge of the hollows. The road ended at a rusted gate, half swallowed by vines, with a faded "no trespassing" sign. Beyond it, a dirt path snaked into a forest so dense it seemed to drink the sunlight. Ethan hit record, flashing his signature grin. "All right, thrill seekers," he said to the camera. "Let's see if the Whispering Hollows live up to the hype." The first hour was uneventful. Just trees, moss, and the occasional bird. But as the sun dipped lower, the air grew thick, like the forest was holding its breath. Ethan's drone kept losing signal, dipping and weaving like it was drunk. "Weird," he muttered, but he pressed on, following the path deeper. That's when he heard Ita's voice, faint but unmistakable, calling his name. "Ethan, come here." It wasn't a random voice. It was his sister's, Claire, who'd died in a car accident 3 years ago. He froze, heart pounding. "No way," he whispered, panning the camera around. The trees were still, but the voice came again, clearer now, from deeper in the woods. "Ethan, I'm scared. Help me." His hands shook as he checked the footage. The audio was crystal clear, Claire's voice, trembling, just like he remembered. But there was no one there. Just trees, endless trees, their bark twisted like faces caught mid-scream. He should have turned back. Any sane person would have, but Ethan was hooked, drawn by the impossible sound of his sister's voice. He followed it, the path fading into a tangle of roots and shadows. The whispers grew louder, not just Claire's voice now, but others, his mum, his best friend from high school, even his old dog's whine. Each one begged him to come closer, to find them. The forest was alive, with voices overlapping, weaving through the branches like a chorus of ghosts. By nightfall, Ethan was lost. His phone was dead, his flashlight flickering. The whispers were everywhere now, not just calling his name, but talking to each other. "He's here," one said. "He's ours," another answered. He stumbled into a clearing where the trees formed a perfect circle, their branches knotted together like a cage. In the center stood a single tree, ancient and gnarled, its trunk pulsing like a heartbeat. The whispers poured from it, a cacophony of voices he knew and didn't know, all screaming, crying, pleading. Ethan dropped to his knees, clutching his head. "What do you want?" he shouted. The voices answered as one, "Stay." He tried to run, but the trees seemed to shift, closing in, their branches snapping like bones. His camera caught it all the way, the bark twisted into faces, the way the ground seemed to breathe. Then the footage cut out. Days later, a hiker found Ethan's camera at the edge of the hollows, half buried in mud. The footage was uploaded to his channel, but it wasn't Ethan who posted it. His account, long inactive, suddenly went live with a single video titled "I'm sorry." The clip showed Ethan's face, pale and hollow-eyed, staring into the camera. "Don't come here," he whispered. "They're still talking." Behind him, the trees swayed, their branches forming shapes that looked too human. The video ended with a scream, not Ethan's but Claire's. The creepy part, Ethan's body was never found, but his vlog kept updating. Every few weeks, a new video appeared, short clips of the hollows at night. The camera panning across trees that whispered names of people who'd gone missing in the area. Viewers swore they heard their own names in the static. Some even claimed they'd gotten DMs from Ethan's account, begging them to visit the hollows. "It's beautiful here," the messages read. "You'll see." Locals say the hollows have always been hungry. Old stories talk of a Native American tribe that sealed the valley off, claiming it was a prison for something older than the forest itself, something that learned to mimic voices to trap its prey. Scientists who've studied the area blame infrasound or magnetic anomalies, but they don't go in after dark. No one does. Alright, Campfire Chills fam, that's the tale of the Whispering Hollows. I know it's a lot, but doesn't it make you wonder? Have you ever heard a voice you couldn't explain? Maybe in the woods or an empty house. Something that sounded like someone you love, but wasn't. Drop your stories in the comments. I read every single one, and I want to know what's been haunting you. If this story got under your skin, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Campfire Chills for more tales that'll keep you up at night. And a word of advice, next time you're out in the woods, listen closely. If the trees start whispering your name, don't answer. Stay safe, stay spooky, and I'll see you around the next campfire.